Welcome to the track guide for week 7 in the cross car at Charlotte Rallycross. It's a track we are repeating. The track is hotter than last time, both air temp and track temp. But having watched a little bit of the racing from there last time, I have been able to do this track guide a little bit faster than the original track guide, so hopefully this is of assistance. So when you're coming up to the line, you want to be on the extreme left. As you can see, I've got both left side tyres on this line here. In the Rallycross cars, I tend to use the start-finish pole as my marker to start turning in for the big drift through turn 1 and 2. I find in this car, better to wait just a fraction longer. I go just a little bit past, and then I'm starting to put some steering angle into it. And then once the angle goes in, see that through the entirety of this 2-corner complex, which you turn into one, I'm trying to keep the wheels reasonably straight. So the car will be straight, but it'll be 4-wheel drifting for the most part, and it's a case of playing with the throttle to maintain that. Just a slight dab of brake. We want to be getting in as close as we can here. I miss it a little bit, but I'm carrying good speed, and as you can see, still a lot of throttle into it. Then start easing out because we don't want to go too high up here. There is some banking in here, and then about here it's flat, so we want to stay pretty much on the banking, maybe just getting the rear wheel onto the flat at a maximum. I've just stayed on the banking there. Keeping the car in this very neutral posture, because if you're either understeering or oversteering too much, you're going to lose time. I go down to 5th gear, because the act of sliding like this decreases your speed, so you need to go down a gear to pull us out of the corner. We're wanting to get in nice and close here as well, close to the wall. Yeah, I've left a little bit of room, but coming out there at full throttle, letting it wash out to the left hand side. Be careful going over this jump. I'm only fighting it a tiny amount there, and that's just enough. Because when we go over, you can see I'm coming out of the gas so as my nose doesn't stick way up in the air. And I land just, there's not really a centimetre to spare there. If you just get your wheel over here, you will meet these tyre bundles, and that's pretty much race over, and or you'll be doing some gymnastics. So that's as far as you want to push it there. Coming up to this turn, I'm turning in, keeping some gas in it, a little bit of brake to just help get it rotated. Then as soon as we've got it rotated for the corner, brake off, then accelerate out. Might run a little bit wide, try and stay off these sausages because they may throw your car into those tyres or those tyres. Over to the extreme right. There's a bump here and a secondary bump there, at which point you're starting to come out of the throttle, you're pointing in at the corner, and then you're just going to be sort of playing it by ear somewhat to try and balance the car in here. You've got to get nice and tight, preferably putting a wheel on this curb on the inside, while maintaining again this somewhat neutral posture of the car, not oversteering, not ploughing either. So you see I'm down to 5th, and I'll then drop down to 4th. I tried it in 5th because I did see some other guys in officials using 5th, but I felt 4th was better for getting me out of the corner than 5th was. You're dancing in there, nice and close. You can clip this curb, that's where extra grip is to be had. And as soon as you sort of sight the exit somewhat, you're getting right into the gas again. You can wash out a bit here, out to the, say, the mid-track, that's not a problem. I just caught that curb really good, so it actually pulled me around on the inside line, but it would be similarly fast to have missed it slightly and to be coming out to where these tracks are out here. Then the car settles, then we're aiming for this point in here to toss it in. Little dab of the brake, down to 3rd, and again we're not trying to step out too far. We're trying to keep the car reasonably neutral all the way around, as you can see. Getting in close. In the previous track guide I recommended staying really close on exit as well. But having watched a number of guys, I think it's not as important to hit some of the grip hack parts of the track. It's more important to keep up momentum, and with this being such a low powered car you can push out a bit. So instead of staying close and getting good drive off down by the wall here, I've elected to just push out slightly and just be full throttle earlier. And this sausage up here is both your reference to turn into the Joker, but it's also the reference for turning into the right-hander up here. So starting to come out of the gas, it's a very slight dab of the brake, down to 4th, keeping accelerator in the whole way. I've missed this turn by a country mile, so there is more time to be had here. But again, I'm more focused on keeping that momentum up, which I've done a good job of here. But again, there'd be more grip on this clean concrete as opposed to this dirty stuff. Up to 5th, real tight on this wall here, preferably grabbing the line if you can. Don't go over this line though, because you may get a penalty. And that is a 43.87. So we'll watch that full speed from cockpit view. We'll just go back a little bit so you can see the start of the lap. And full speed from the chase view. Hopefully that helps you all. There's no Joker guide this week. If you want to know how to do the Joker at this place, refer to my previous guide for this track. Good luck out on track. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.